Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. First off, thank you very much for joining me. This is day 50 of my 200-day fast. Day 50 and I feel amazing. We'll do a weigh-in here in a little bit to see how much I've lost in total. But the first thing I kind of wanted to go over is things that I've struggled with recently. I went to the doctor last Friday and had some tests done as far as blood pressure and heart rate and all that kind of stuff. Everything was fine. When they went to take my blood, however, they couldn't actually take my blood. They couldn't find a vein. I guess that's sometimes not an easy thing to do. I don't have much experience in this, so I don't really know. But they couldn't find a vein to take my blood, so I had to reschedule for my blood tests. I am getting my magnesium levels tested, my potassium. My doctor said that she wanted to also test my A1C again. She said it's not really necessary because it's usually a 3-month cycle, but she is going to go ahead and test my A1C again. So I will keep you all posted when I actually have my blood drawn and the tests come back. So here is kind of what I've been struggling with recently. So I know I told you all that I had suffered from constipation for a bit, and then I started taking the Dulcolax. Well, I think that's kind of having an effect as far as I'm excreting all of my minerals and everything in my body because I feel dehydrated. And that honestly might have been a part of the problem why they couldn't draw blood. It's not that I'm not drinking a lot of water. It's not that I'm not taking my supplements. But I think because it's causing me to go to the bathroom a little too much, that it's flushing my system too often. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that and take that kind of on an as needed basis, as opposed to what I've been doing recently, which is taking it every day. Now, one thing I forgot to mention to my doctor, which I need to mention to her when I talk to her next, an issue I've really suffered from the last few weeks is really insomnia. And this isn't something I've ever suffered from in my entire life. Now, I've kind of suffered, I'm pretty sure I was undiagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I had sleep apnea. So I've kind of struggled with sleep in that regard. But as far as when I was tired and I go to bed, it doesn't take me long to fall asleep. But recently, I'm tired, I go to bed, I can't go to sleep. I think part of it is my mind is racing, and I don't know if that's necessarily because of the fasting, but I don't necessarily know what else to attribute it to. So that's what I'm attributing it to, is the fasting is causing my insomnia. I need to look into it and do a little more research to see if this is a common problem for people who have done prolonged fasts. I know that someone else I had followed had an issue with hair loss during their fast, like they lost quite a bit of hair. And I haven't had any problem like that. But then again, I guess hair is not really something I pay that much attention to. But I haven't noticed like any clumps or anything like that falling out. So as far as that goes, everything's been great. The insomnia is really, and then I guess the dehydration is really the two things that I've been struggling with recently. And I say struggling, I'm not really struggling with it. I'm dealing with it. It's fine. It's not really that much of a problem, but it is an issue. And I wish I had brought that up to my doctor to see what she had to say. But I'm going to do some more research on it to see if this is a common problem in fasters. And when I find out, I will let you all know if that is something that, if you're planning on doing a prolonged fast, that could potentially be one of the side effects. Now, I do want to say, I've seen a lot of people in the comments who have been extremely positive. And I can't tell you all how much I appreciate that. Because right now, 50 days into my 200-day journey, I'm a quarter of the way there, and I'm pulling inspiration from a lot of places. And a big part of that is you all and your positive comments, and your positive energy. And I can't tell you how much I really appreciate every single one of you all for being so positive and giving me that feedback. And it inspires me to push one more day. Just keep on going. Somebody had asked in the comments about, I guess, a fitness routine, if I'm doing anything as far as fitness-wise, exercise-wise. I'm going to the gym at least 3 days a week. But when I say going to the gym, I'm doing very low intensity work. I'm lifting weights, so I may lift my back and my biceps, or my chest and my triceps, but it's very low weight, very low reps. It's to the point where if I'm breaking a sweat, it's a very light sweat. It's not much at all. And then I'll walk or bike or do the elliptical for 10 to 20 minutes, but usually no more than that. So the work I'm doing in the gym is very, very light. And I'm doing that because I don't know if there's been enough studies for people who have been prolonged fasting like myself, and working out at a high intensity. And I don't want to shake up my body to the point where I'm going to be forced to eat because now I've done something that's irreversible because of the work I've put in at the gym. I don't want that to happen. So just as a kind of precautionary measure, I'm going very low intensity, very light. And I haven't had a problem with that at all. So if you're planning on doing a prolonged fast, I would say there's not really a reason to stay away from the gym, but I definitely wouldn't go hard like you were if you were eating. Now, on that same token, I did do some research as far as intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting, and then the levels that your body creates of HGH, which HGH is human growth hormones. So your body naturally creates your HGH. Now, there was a study done that over the course of 3 days, a person fasting, their HGH levels on average increased by 300%. And people fasting for at least 5 days, it increased, I want to say 1,200%. You might have to check me on that one, but I want to say 1,200%, but it was a ridiculous amount. So I know a lot of times we've been force-fed this, no pun intended, we've been force-fed this notion that, if we're working out, it's like we have to eat, we have to fuel our body before we go work out, we have to eat right after we work out, we have to eat. Well, there's studies that completely prove the opposite of that. If you work out in a fasted state, your workout is going to be that much more intense. And a friend of mine actually recently started intermittent fasting. And he says he can feel the energy difference when he works out in a fasted state as opposed to when he's eating. So that is a real thing. Absolutely 100% a real thing. If you fast, it's proven that your HGH levels will go up. So obviously that's going to benefit you in your muscle recovery and building muscle in your body. So I would highly recommend if you have a workout regimen and you're lifting weights, you're trying to build muscle, fasting is and it would be a huge benefit to you. So I would highly recommend checking out that study, and I'll see if I can find the link where I found that study, and I'll put that down below so you all can check that out yourself, so you know what I'm talking about, and check my numbers on that. I want to say it was 1,200% for a 5-day fast. Thank you all for joining me, and I think it's time that we get to the weigh-in. Okay, now the time you've all been waiting for, the weigh-in. My starting weight was 496 pounds. Today is day 50. Let's see where I'm at. Let's let it zero in like we always do. And then I'll step on there and see what's going on. $420 pounds. 420 pounds. So I'm down 76 pounds in 50 days. I'm inching closer to that 100-pound mark. I'm going to get there soon. Promise you that. Thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, follow my journey, and if you're going on a journey of your own, good luck. I am 100% behind you, and please keep me updated with how you're doing on your journey. So thank you all. You all have a great day. Later.